Laura McVicker, it's great to have you here. You were among tens of thousands of people at the march on Saturday. What was it like to be among so many people?
It was, to be honest, it was actually really overwhelming. I've lived in San Diego 3.5 years. I've never seen that many people in such a small space. So it was overwhelming, but it was encouraging just to see a lot of people just kind of peacefully out there, just uniting and together.
Well, you talked to a lot of people while you were out there. What was kind of the unifying idea of why they were out there, and what were they trying to accomplish?
There were a lot of issues that people just looking at their signs and looking at what they talked about. There were many issues that that were touched on that they wanted to protest. Several people came out to protest or encourage the protection of dreamers. A lot of people touched on healthcare, just concern over that. Definitely the Me Too movement was apparent in signs, but I would say the overarching feeling, just talking to everybody and seeing all the signs, was more a protest of the Donald Trump presidency and a lot of wanting to encourage other people to vote in the 2018 midterm election.
We, Black, white, Latino, Chicano, Asian, brown activists can vote him and his cronies out.
In fact, that was the theme for this year's protest. It's Hear Our Vote, and that was to encourage participation in the midterms.
Yeah, exactly. There was just a sentiment of if you're not, voting with your ballot, then what is your voice here for? We want to rally to have our voices heard, but we also need to be putting that forth by our vote, and that this 2018 election is very important in getting leaders that you stand behind and making sure your voice is heard through those leaders.
This is what we do now. We do not stop. We do not go back. We march forward.
How many people were out there this year in comparison to last year?
So this year the police estimated it at 37,000, and last year the estimate was between 30 and 40,000. So very similar numbers. I know the organizers had estimated it as a lot larger of a crowd. They estimated it around more than 100,000, which was similar to last year. So it was a very similar size as last year.
And we've been talking about the last year and how the climate has been so divisive. Would you say that the Women's March has been something that has been unifying some people while isolating others?
It obviously was. It did feel, the Women's March did feel very political in terms of a lot of the people that were out there were Democratic, were opposing the Trump presidency. So in that sense, it was, I guess, divided. But the thing that I saw was just so many women out there trying to rally to get other women to run for office and to encourage other women to have their voices heard at the ballot box. So for women, and definitely maybe the women out there, I think it was unifying. But I guess if you're looking at politics and party lines, then that is where it would be polarizing.
Laura McVicker, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.